Welcome back to the Father and Son News Show here on radioonfire.com. Thank you for joining me. My name, of course, is Diamond K. Here alongside my father, D. Williams. How you doing, Dad?
Good, man. I'm great.
You recently celebrated a birthday.
Yes.
How you feeling?
Yes. Yeah, I went into another decade, so...
Is this a milestone?
Yeah.
Milestone?
So it feels good.
Feels good? We're getting a lot of compliments.
Yeah.
I've been getting a lot of compliments about you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
People saying, I used to not know what to say. People say, your father is very attractive. You know what I mean? It's not really a compliment for me per se, but I take it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I say thank you.
Yeah.
And then, I say the best is yet to come.
Yes.
That confuses them.
Yeah.
It doesn't go over well when you type that, but if you say it, it goes over really good. Every Tuesday we're here unpacking political and social stories from the Radio on Fire studios here in Baltimore, Maryland. Of course, if you want to advertise or sponsor an edition of the Father and Son News Show, please visit radioonfire.com/promo for pricing and other info like that. So without any further ado, let's dive in. Dad, things are really heating up.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's the good times, exciting times.
Definitely. Your guy, Joe Biden.
My guy. Oh, could we say me?
Yeah, that's a joke. Under fire from progressive groups and fellow Democratic candidates. He was speaking kindly about some what they're calling segregationist lawmakers and referencing back a time when there was civility in the Senate. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So a lot of people take this as him talking about the good old boys. And when you say the good old boys, we were not supposed to like Dukes of Hazzard, the good old boys. We liked the car, right? And we just ignored everything else that was going on. I don't even remember the name of that town. But
it was in Georgia.
It was in Georgia?
Yeah.
And it wasn't Mayberry, right? That's a whole nother show, right?
Yeah.
But when he talks about the good old boys, now when you speak of segregation in that time period and people that were not about the inclusion of black people in the general, things that were going on. A lot of people are taking it there. Are they taking these comments too far, or? I wanted to get your opinion on that.
They might be. I mean, they might be.
They're reaching.
Yeah.
With this.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those are his opponents.
Yeah.
And then the other ones are the other extreme because they dead on Trump. There's no way you can work with him, and if they're friends with Trump, there's no way you can work with him. But Biden is coming from the old way of campaigning.
Right.
And so that's really what's on his mind. And just inclusion. But those days are gone.
Definitely.
The way he wants to campaign is gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah. So he was at a fundraising event last night, and he was talking about what you're saying, the moderate side being the professional relationships with some late senators, Eastland and Talmadge, some Southern Democrats who were strongly opposed to desegregation and the civil rights movement, strongly against it. So he was talking about he caucused with them, and Biden said he never called me boy. He always called me son. And he reminisced and said, guess what? At least there was some civility. We got things done. We didn't agree on much, but we got things done. And so.
Those days are gone.
Oh, yeah.
Those days are gone.
Yeah.
And you saw that guy's rally yesterday, Trump's rally. Those people are not, this is the divide. This is the divided states of America.
Mute this computer. This one, the one you're in front of.
Definitely the divided states of America. And
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. And but Biden is that old way of campaigning is gone. This chump has rushed in a new era and it's
So
aggressive.
no bipartisanship is going to happen with you separated?
No, and yeah, it's too separate. It's too. I don't know.
So it can't get back.
It may, but not anytime soon. You
And
know?
not the way it was before.
No, never gonna go back to that.
And definitely not while Trump is at the helm.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. He couldn't if he wanted to. His people are so riled up, and his people, he's got them. Whatever he says is all right. He talk about people's mama.
Yeah, and he has.
Yeah.
Cory Booker said that the vice president's relationships with proud segregationists are not the model for how we make America safer and more inclusive for black people and for everyone.
They're not trying to do that. They're not interested in
We're
that.
talking about Biden, though. Biden don't want that.
Oh, well, I thought you were talking about you said the vice president. I thought
Yeah, vice president,
I
you just focus on president and inclusion. Wrong person. Your guy, this is your guy. Bill de Blasio said that Biden's remarks called for an apology. And he said that Biden's longing for the good old days of civility, and he is completely out of step with the values.
And another thing that's gone is all that being apologetic.
Yeah.
Them days is gone.
Oh, yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. Those days are gone. No. If you say something, you got to stand by it or leave.
Wrong or right?
Wrong or right. You know what I mean? Because Trump going to talk about you. He's a chump. See that? He going to talk about you.
Yeah.
You got to be able to stand on what you say.
Yeah.
And then, but aside from standing on, you got to get people behind you to support what you. What he said is right. I agree with it.
And so you see Elizabeth Warren saying that she doesn't want to criticize Biden or other Democrats, but it's not wrong to be a segregationist. It's not right to be a segregationist.
Yeah. I don't think that we should spend a lot of time, the Democrats, on beating each other up at all. This guy who's in the White House now has given you a lot of ammunition.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I have people sending me stuff, emailing me, texting me things about, in fact, last week, a guy texted me. No, he called me. And because I hadn't been responding to his text. And he said that Haitians hate the Clintons. And I said, well, I mean, he wanted to talk to my son-in-law because he was a Haitian. And see what he said. And my son-in-law happened to be there when he called. And he said that the majority of all Haitians love the Clintons. Now, the ones who are very knowledgeable about world events may not. But the vast majority of Haitians love.
And especially somebody, his age.
Yeah.
He's younger than I. And he doesn't remember why some people may not even like the Clintons.
Right.
But I think that you did a great segue
Yes.
into what is coming up next week, the 26th and the 27th, which is the first debates of this cycle. So 2 nights. Last week they announced the lineup for the Democratic presidential debates, who's appearing on the stage this month on each night for the first debate of the 2020 race. So the first group is on Wednesday, June 26th. So here's who's going to be on the stage first night, night 1. Cory Booker. Elizabeth Warren. Beto O'Rourke. Amy Klobuchar. John Delaney. This name here.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gabbard. But, the first name is crazy. Okay. Julian Castro, Tim Ryan, Bill de Blasio, Jay Inslee. So, of course, they're expecting that Elizabeth Warren is just going to shine because she's the biggest name. Mm-hmm. And that's Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii, whose name I butchered earlier. So what does anybody stand out to you? Cory Booker, of course.
Cory Booker, he's a good guy. He's a nice guy. He's rather verbose. He's wordy when he talks. And,
Too wordy?
Yeah, yeah. And
that means he goes over people's heads.
Yes.
When people like him are what me and Jay Johnny call, when we talk to people like that, we say spaghetti. Because sometimes people talk, and they just talking, and you just think of something else. So we just always looking at spaghetti, and we just ignore what they're saying because it's too many words. And you can just listen to the first and the last. And you got the whole gist of what they said.
Yeah. And he's a nice guy. But, he and I'm looking for, out of that bunch, I'm looking for Bill de Blasio to get recognized.
I think he's a sleeper in this.
Yeah, I do.
I think he's a sleeper. He's a New York guy.
Yeah.
And he's an in-your-face kind of guy.
Yeah.
Now, are they going to be so polite in this that that it's a snore fest?
Can't afford that,
But then you can't throw each other under the bus either.
Yeah. I think that if they just talk about Trump, talk about what they want to do for the country, and not hit on each other, I think they do better. And,
the mainstream media is going to frown on that.
Mm-hmm.
Frown on them talking about Trump a lot. Because they're going to say, oh, it's playing into Trump's hands. This is what he wanted. You talk about the mainstream media is going to.
But listen, here's a guy who just said on the news, I just saw that the water is cleaner than it's ever been in the history of America. I mean, you got to talk about this guy. This guy's a nut.
You need to go to Edmondson High School.
The water is,
they got trash bags over the water fountains.
So I mean, you got to talk about him.
Yeah.
But de Blasio is going to talk about him, I believe, the way he needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
And
that would be an interesting debate if you got de Blasio and Trump on the stage together. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be.
But Beto O'Rourke, what he?
He
did a lot of apologizing.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Nowhere.
You saw how he fizzled out.
Yeah.
He had this opening. I remember he had it in Texas the same day that the president was there. But he's not going to make it.
So what about John Delaney?
John Delaney. Who is John Delaney?
He's from Maryland. No.
Yeah,
he's a former from the House of Representatives.
Yeah, well, he's not going.
Okay, he's not. Julian Castro.
I like Julian Castro. That twin brother. Yeah, but he's not going anywhere either. So.
Yeah. So a lot of these guys, you say they're nice guys. You wouldn't object to them dating your daughters, but you wouldn't want them to be president.
They're not going to be president.
They're not going to be president.
I mean, I wouldn't.
And they're not going to date your daughters.
Right.
So Elizabeth Warren.
Now, Elizabeth Warren is heating up with African Americans. They like her, and the only reason that Joe Biden is even talked about is because of black people like him. White people don't.
And why do black people like him?
Because he was the vice president.
Right.
And but Elizabeth Warren, she's gonna be the hottest one there. But I want Bill to stand up and knock all of them down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If he does it, I'm gonna be real disappointed. I said, man, I don't see how they can win.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be strong. And
Amy Klobuchar, did she do anything for you from Minnesota?
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, nice lady. And
yeah, she's a nice lady.
Nice hair because her hair was all in the snow, and then she.
That's hard to do. Jay Inslee, nothing for you, Washington State.
No, and he says he's never lost an election. He beat.
Yeah.
He got when Trump ran, he got more. He won as a Democrat.
Whoop-de-doo.
And
all right, so day 2, Thursday. It's like the main event day. Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
Hello.
Michael Bennett, Marianne Williamson, Eric Swalwell, Kristen Gillibrand, Andrew Yang, and Michael Hickenlooper.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was a tough bunch of names right there.
Glad you read them.
All right, so let's start from the bottom. John Hickenlooper of Colorado. He's really big on climate change. Does he do anything for you?
Yeah. Didn't he run in the Green Party last time?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so he does nothing for you. Andrew Yang.
Nice name.
And he's of Asian descent.
President, I mean that's a hell of a name.
President Yang.
President Yang. President Yang.
You wouldn't say it like that, would he?
President Yang. Yeah.
I think President Yang in this bitch.
Yeah. So I mean that's I'm not that familiar with him. I saw him.
He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I saw him and
Kristen Gillibrand, controversial figure.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
She's out of that Clinton mob.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, Trump's gonna say I gave her money, just like I gave the rest of them. You know.
That was a tough line for him in the debate in 2016 against the Republicans. When he said, "I've given all them money. Oh, I given all you guys money. I gave him money, and you did what I wanted you to do." You know, that was.
Come on, yeah. She doesn't. She said she. How do you say that in English? She doesn't stand a chance.
Eric Swalwell.
I've heard him speak a couple of times.
He's the military guy. Is he the one with the PTSD?
He may be.
Yeah.
I know. I've seen him speak a couple of times, but he's not going to make it either.
Marianne Williamson.
Now she is the first one who that I heard talk about reparations. She did this months and months ago, and so of course she's an author and she's written books and on on the theme of Oprah, that kind of la la. Everybody needs to get just reach for the higher stars within you.
Doesn't have a chance against Trump.
No.
Michael Bennett, nothing.
He made him, he Trump might say, did I date you before? I mean, he would just, do all kinds of stuff.
He would dismiss her.
Oh, yeah.
So Michael Bennett, nothing?
No.
All right, Mary Pete, who said that he wants to talk about it with his husband, but he does want to have children. And he's still in the newlywed stage because after 1 year, you're still in the newlywed stage, right?
He's only married a year?
Yeah.
Oh, they're trying to do a lot in a year.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, be president, run for president, get married. Oh, wow. Yeah.
So Mayor Pete, what do you think about him?
I think that he has done well to get his name out and people know him. Mayor Pete. Yeah.
And would he be a challenge for Trump?
No.
What? Black people wouldn't support him? Because he's married to a man?
Yeah, he got a lot. He couldn't make it. He's not gonna make it.
Only because of that. Is that the thing?
Yeah, you're right. If he was straight, he would stand a better chance. Yeah, no question. Because he is smart. He's sharp. He's smart.
Yeah. So he has to have an appeal to women. Have to want to be with him, and men have to want to be like him.
To put it in a nutshell.
Yeah. So that's not the case. Okay. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So you don't want a president that women would say, that's my good girlfriend. Nikki, is that what it's called? My good girlfriend? Is that what you say about gay men? That's my good girl. Never mind. Okay. Joe Biden, does he stand a chance?
Joe Biden, the former vice president of the United States of America under Barack Obama. He's not going to make it.
I think, you know how when a football player, running back, is running the ball back, like one of those turnovers, and everybody's down the other end of the field, and he's the only one back, and he's halfway there, no one's even close, and he can just walk it in. I think that if Biden had run in 2016, he could have walked it in.
Yeah, he could have.
He could have walked the touchdown, and he could have been the president.
Right, he could have. Yeah, he could have.
Now, not so much.
Yeah, he could have done it in 2016.
Yeah. Coming right behind President Obama, he would have had the momentum right there.
Exactly.
People liked him better than Hillary.
Yeah.
Even now, I think that people like him better than Hillary, but the field is about timing, and the timing is all wrong.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris, I like Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
I think that she's very smart. I think that she's quick on her feet. Do you think that she could be part of a winning ticket?
Yeah. I think that out of this group here, she should be the shining star out of this debate.
Yeah.
She should be the one who's the shining star because she's going to be the one who is firm. Her ability to talk to the jury will be on display, and so she's going to be very stern. And so I think she should do well. Pete is going to do well too because
I think so too.
He's got a good conversation, and he's. I mean, you can't dislike the guy. I mean,
no, he's smart.
Yeah, and he can communicate very well. Bernie Sanders.
You're not a fan.
I mean, it's same thing as Biden. It's gone.
So tell me this, Dad.
I could run better than that because he looks too old.
Yeah.
What
about Kamala Harris, Vice President, Mayor Pete?
President?
No, Kamala Harris, President.
Oh.
Vice President, Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
The country would.
It's too radical.
Yeah, they would take up arms.
Okay. So it needs to be so. What about like Kamala Harris and like Michael Bennett or one of the Eric Swalwell or somebody like that?
I couldn't seriously talk about it until after the debates.
So you need to see what happens.
Yeah,
first.
I got to see the debates.
All right. So debate number 1 is next Wednesday, a week from today. Thursday, the main event, 27th is second tier.
Right.
So we're gonna watch that. We're gonna be anxiously watching that.
Yeah.
Last thing, how did they make the decisions who was going to be on the debate? So they had to go to NBC headquarters, 30 Rockefeller Plaza, and one representative from each of the campaigns was invited to draw, along with the officials of the DNC, and they had a slip of paper with the respective candidate's name on it. It was folded, put inside a box, and then they had the drawing. And the candidates were divided into 2 groups who polled on an average at or above 2% at midnight of last Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And then they took a random draw and separated them into groups of 10. That's what they did. And the very weak Tom Perez said before the draw that he wanted the committees to avoid grouping lesser-known candidates together on one night and the high-profile candidates on another night. See, they're always trying to put their fingers on the scale. Mm-hmm. Just let it go the way it go. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They're always trying to put their fingers on the scale.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be a downfall for the Democrats if they do that. Going out of their way to let's make things fair.
Yeah,
it's not. This is combat. This is war.
This is war. That's what they're trying to have with Iran. War.
Right, and so we got to have the strongest person take the helm.
We need to get rid of Tom Perez.
Yeah, well.
I mean, he is paper thin. I really don't like him. But thank you, Dad. I'm excited about this.
Yeah, I am too. And we need to be. Active and aware about what's going on.
Yeah.
Because if that man named Donald Trump gets in for a second term, have mercy. It's going to be the divided states of America from now on.
You think 8 years of him would just
it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. And then China will take over. Economically, will be the strongest nation in the world. They're going to change the money supply will change. No longer will the dollar be the world currency. Under this, if he stays in, it's going to be a lot of change. Facebook is trying to come up with their own little currency too.
Cryptocurrency.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is a new world.
It's definitely a new world.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely a new world.
And it's about hardball.
Yeah.
Softball is over.
Yeah, and wiffle ball been gone.
Yes.
I like wiffle ball. Thanks as always for another great show. We'll be back next week. More news, more discussion. Of course, we're available on demand, radioonfire.com/father and son.
Radio on Fire.
Hit the subscribe button, hit the
We ain't
share
no
button.
liars.
All this stuff really helps the show. We are bringing independent media and bringing voices to the urban community and talking about things from a perspective that the mainstream media does not do.
Yes.
So
Yes.
radioonfire.com,
Yep.
a lot of content there. And to support what we're doing here, you can donate or become a premium subscriber at radioonfire.com/join.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Like that?
Okay. All right.